is digital marketing? So what is digital marketing is a keyword. In this, the main keyword is digital marketing. That means the user wants to know about digital marketing. The websites that will have the same keyword will be coming on top.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's session. Today we are going to be talking about digital marketing. So for today's session we have a very special guest, Ms. Priyal Godha joining us. She is also a part of our community, one of the founding members of the community Doko Nation. So let's welcome her on stage, basically virtual stage. Hello Priyal, how are you?
Hi Prighan, I'm good. How is everyone?
Yep, I hope everyone's doing fine. So this is a live session right now for those of you viewing on YouTube. This was a live session conducted on Doko Nation community. So if you wanna stay in touch with us or join in the live sessions, make sure that you join the community. The link will be in the description below. And for those of you who are live with us right now, so I hope all of you are excited for today's session. And I think we can start, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So digital marketing. This particular topic is just crazy, and the amount of times that I've heard students as well as people talking about it, especially on social media, is just exponential. And especially during the pandemic, the amount of digital marketing influencers or basically marketeer or social media marketeers and all, they have grown a lot over the time span of 2020 March till this year March, and they're still growing every single day. So this is a really interesting as well as crazy topic that's going on right now. So we'll be breaking that down for all of you who have joined us today in the session. So let's begin. Exactly, this is the reason why we're conducting. But again, why would you feel like? What do you think that is the reason behind so much popularity of digital marketing now?
Okay, so basically, what is marketing? Marketing is bringing the companies or any product or service to the market so that it can be sold, right? Now, any business, no matter what the business is about, it has a product or a service. And ultimately, whatever the business is, they need revenue from it. They need to have profits. For earning profits, to increase sales or to increase the popularity of their brand amongst the audiences, they need to do marketing, right? So marketing, that's why, is a very important thing, very important part of any business. And right now with the pandemic, everything has changed, right? I guess nobody would disagree with the fact that the way brands used to market earlier, nowadays it's not that prominent. Earlier we used to see hoardings, we used to see there were several ways of marketing. But with the advent of a lot of these digital platforms, we can say social media is one of them, right? With the advent of these, more and more crowd is on these platforms. So it is cheaper as well as it is more advantageous to market using these platforms. That's why digital marketing is growing. And because marketing is a very important trend, and the way people interact with the audience, the way brands interact with the audience, it has also changed a bit, because nowadays if you just come and tell about the product, nobody would buy.
That's not enough. That's not enough.
That's not enough. To increase the trust of your audiences, you need to engage with them more and more, right? And there are I would not say there are countless number of new techniques that are coming in right now, and youth especially, they're very much interested in finding out how they can interact with the audiences more and more. So because it is again a very creative industry, I think it is growing with time.
Yep. So basically, I see these new techniques that brands are coming up with. Like if you talk about this Zomato, for example, nowadays with the IPO and everything. And yesterday there was an attack on Akamai Technologies server. So basically a lot of websites and everything was down. Even Zomato was down. So the way they dealt with it on their social media handles was just crazy. And I love the team at the marketing team at Zomato, and also other brands, if I have to name some, like Cred. And I saw a few new trends based on Cred only. So we were talking about that. So again, like that's what marketing is all about. But again, like what is digital marketing and what's marketing? What's the difference, and how exactly should we go around that?
Okay, so marketing, as I said earlier, that it is basically the activities or the series of activities that organizations undertake to sell their products or services, right? In digital marketing, they use digital medias to market their products. That's the only difference.
Okay.
So marketing is using the conventional ways, and digital marketing is a part of marketing. Not even today, we cannot say that it's only digital marketing. No, all the brands, they do use the conventional ways. They host webinars. They host seminars and all.
Yeah.
For product launch.
Yeah, when they were offline seminars.
Yes, when offline seminars were a thing. But now it has all shifted to digital. But that does not mean that the offline thing has gone completely. Once the pandemic ends, or we can say once, I hope so, it ends soon. So once the lockdown ends and everything goes back to normal, marketing will again go. Marketing means brands will again be marketing the same way. But
conventional methods are still going to be valid, but again, more and more digital, because the more people are going to be involved with their phones and digital, devices. They're gonna like seeing ads on their phone more and more through apps or something. But the conventional ways, paper marketing, using flyers and all, like in small cities and all, they always do that. So whether it's a store or anything, even though they have a lot of reach, but again they'll be using flyers and all. Especially, I don't know about all of you. Let's see what happens. Did you guys ever experience this particular thing where you are traveling through a bus? Maybe it's only in UP because I'm from UP. But whether you're in school or whatever happens is that some guy just throws in a lot of flyers, paper flyers of any brand or any shop or anything through the window. Has this ever happened with anyone?
Actually, it has happened a lot of times with me, especially when we were in our universities, or when we were studying or coachings and all. So when students
even in universities and schools, this happens a lot. Like the uniform people, the shops where uniform is being sold, they just throw it in. It's an Indian thing. It's an Indian thing.
It's an Indian thing.
So I'm not the only one who has had this problem, but okay. So that's also marketing for you guys. That's general marketing. Okay. But digital marketing. So basically, marketing is doing your research and then preparing some plans and then executing them for the promotion, or basically to gain profit off of the product or service whatever you are offering. And digital marketing is a part of the whole marketing plan or the whole marketing agenda that you decide. Okay. And then like there are several types of digital marketing, and also if you want to shed light on that.
Okay, so before going into the types of digital marketing, I would like to talk a bit about online and offline marketing. So in digital marketing also, there are two types. One is offline, one is online. Nowadays, whatever is trending, it is online marketing. So people get confused sometimes that the marketing through social media or through search engines, only that is digital marketing. No, even through radios or the print media, the example that you gave, newspapers and all, it is also not newspapers, but the digital form of media.
Like
you can say
television, radios. Correct.
These are also a part of digital marketing, but in offline. Okay. But in online mode, today in the session, we'll be mostly discussing about the online form of marketing, and we'll be calling it digital marketing only because that's how normal people refer to it. So now talking about digital marketing, or it can be called internet marketing, or let's say web marketing also. So there are several names given by different people. We can have several branches.
Like before the branches, basically, when do we start? When does the marketing point of view comes in? Like suppose if I am making a product, or if I am providing a service, suppose if I'm a freelancer, like I know a lot of students here, they are into freelancing, they have some skills and they want to promote it. So basically, when does this whole marketing thing comes in? Where do we start the marketing process?
Okay, so talking about freelancers and all, it might be a bit different. But when we talk about products or services, marketing, it's a very good question, I would say, because most people think, general convention or general myth, that marketing starts after the product is created. For example,
I guess we have some interference. Wait. Yep, we are now recording. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I was talking about the question that you addressed, that when does the marketing of the product starts. So let's suppose we have a soap and a brand has to market the soap. Now they will not start the marketing after they have created the soap. The marketing starts before we start making the soap. That means first step of marketing is research and analysis. That means they'll be doing surveys and what kind of things are required, what ingredients they would be using, or else what kind of fragrance is popular among people, what kind of target audience they are going to take into account while marketing. So these are the research work and the analysis that has to be done before the product is created. Based on the results or based on the inputs that the marketers get, on the basis of that they create the product and comes in front of the audience. The product comes in front of the audience and then the actual selling starts.
Okay.
So for selling, the marketing means for selling when they have to tell when it's different. Because the research and analysis part comes before the marketing, before the product production.
Yep. So basically, like the process is that when you are in the ideation stage of your product, at that time itself you start with the research and analysis of that product, and you start to create a buzz. Like that's what the different brands do. Even now we can see that.
A very good example is Nord. I think
Yeah.
seen
OnePlus,
the marketing.
the Nord team has a great marketing tactic from the starting of the time that when they launched it. Like I guess with the second version which they launched, I guess a few days ago, Nord 2, they have created a mini movie called Nord of the Rings or something, like based on a spoof on Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah.
So that's just marketing tactics to increase their sales.
Yeah.
Correct. So I guess now we can move into the major domains about marketing. Like in digital marketing, what are domains do we have?
Okay, so as I said, some people talking about marketing domains, some people call it tools, some people call it types of marketing, digital marketing, some people call it domains of marketing. I'll be referring it to digital. These are different ways in which market the product or companies or businesses market the product. So the most common ones are SEO, which is search engine optimization, and social media marketing, then affiliate marketing, email marketing, and the ad marketing, which is a paid form of marketing. Okay.
Yep.
So one by one, we'll be addressing each of them. First, let's talk about SEO. So SEO, that means search engine optimization, is optimizing your website. Okay, so for your online presence, you need to have something, because until and unless you have you can say a home, a shop, when you have to, you need to have a shop in physical world, right?
Correct.
So similarly, you need to have a presence to market yourself in the digital world. It can be on social media, it can be on website, it can be a website on the search engines. So in SEO, that is search engine optimization, we talk about the website and how we optimize it so that it comes on the top of the search results. So let me give you an example and explain it in a simpler way. I think we can do a small activity. All of you can search what is digital marketing on your web browsers. You can use any of the web browsers.
Okay.
I think most common search engine that we use is Google.
Yep. So, no doubt.
We'll be talking about only Google. Is there anyone over here who prefers things other than Google?
I guess there might be some enthusiasts with DuckDuckGo, but again,
DuckDuckGo, yeah. I wanted to Mozilla, okay.
Mozilla is a browser, not browser. Yeah. We're talking about the search engine. You have Mozilla.
A browser is Chrome. Chrome is a browser. We're talking about the search engines. Yeah. So like Yahoo, Bing.
Yahoo search is for like DuckDuckGo. I told us some people will be there who will prefer DuckDuckGo. Correct.
So if you go and check, I guess 97% of the audience in India specifically use Google. So that's why we'll be focusing on marketers, or any brand focuses more on increasing their rank on Google engine. Now, what exactly is what exactly is search engine optimization? As I told you guys, search what is digital marketing. So you'll be finding certain websites that are coming on the top, right? Why are only those websites coming on top and not the other ones? The main reason behind this is that they have good optimization of their website. Now, what optimization means and how you can optimize your website? It can be using certain keywords. I'll be talking what are keywords after a while. So, using certain keywords in your website, or improving the loading time of your website, or making your website responsive as in it can fit for all the types of screen sizes. It can fit for mobile, for tablets, for laptops, for big monitors, everything. Okay, then the images, the quality of the images, the time users spend on your website. Like for example, there is a website, when you search what is digital marketing, let's say a website XYZ comes on third position. But after a month, when you again search what is digital marketing, it is coming on first position. Why is that so? The reason can be people have spent a lot of time on reading the content, whatever is there in XYZ. So the time, the amount of time users spend, the bounce rate, image optimization, and a lot of factors are there, because of which these are the technical words in which you'll be reading about it when you learn about SEO. But these are the things that are considered while ranking. So there is a Google algorithm, a proper algorithm that Google uses to rank the websites. Now, nobody knows what exactly the things are, but some marketers have predicted these are the certain terms.
Yeah, I think Google has released a keynote in the Google I/O that they
it did.
over the summer in the previous month. So basically, now they are not calling it a algorithm or something. They have converted it to page experience. Like that's what they released. So page experience is more about now UI UX design of your website, and more about not the keyword. Like keyword and all is still necessary, but now it's more about how users are interacting with your website. So the number of clicks you're getting, the bounce rate, basic, that's still a thing. They're copying it, and then how many users revisit the website and all of that stuff. Now that is going to be the criteria
main thing
to rank your website. Even if you don't add any keyword, maybe you'll be on top if that particular keyword suggests that your website is the best, has the best experience. Plus along with like now Google is very like working in this domain of SEO for a long time, and they have launched their own optimized suite in their marketing platform. So all of these big companies, like I've seen, have used their products. Like they have their whole full marketing platform enabled. They have tag manager. Like Google has a full marketing suite where you have tag managers for keywords, where you have optimized platform. So there's a lot of stuff. And even Facebook has their own marketing platform. So all the tech giants, they have their own marketing platforms to help you do that. But yeah, like now they have given you a lot of options, and even a non-marketer can easily use these tools without any without too much knowledge about it, but simply just take the guidance of the tool and see what the data is telling you, and then take action. And still you can do some simple marketing steps for optimizing your website so that you get it on top for certain keywords that you're looking for. But again, for generic keywords, again, the conventional way, what Priyal told, is always the best way to go for. Otherwise, you won't be able to, come on top of the indexing in the search engine.
Yeah, the thing is, there are millions of websites out there. So at least to come and to be recognized at some point, or at some decent level, you need to have keywords. So let me just explain what keywords are. When you search on Google, I hope you must be like, nowadays youth, they search a lot of things, almost everything on search engine. So when you write something, whatever you are writing are keywords. That means, like for example, what is digital marketing? So what is digital marketing is a keyword. In this, the main keyword is digital marketing. That means the user wants to know about digital marketing. The websites that will have the same keyword will be coming on top. Now there will be many websites that will have the same keyword, so other factors come into place. So the first thing is keyword, and there are so many tools available to research about the best keywords, optimum keywords,
a lot of tools are there now.
How many people are using it and all, how many searches are there per day. So a lot of keyword tools are there for keyword research and all. So this is a very brief about SEO. It is a very, very vast topic, and I think we can take another session, a whole 1 or 2 hour session.
Yeah, correct. Like there can be a major workshop on this, because SEO is just, it never ends, because There's no certain way for every different browser, for every different person, for every single search engine. It just keeps changing. It's a constant process, and that is why SEO specialist and this job role, basically SEO manager or SEO
Yeah.
specialist, is one of the highest paying person in the digital marketing domain, because
Yeah.
it's their job to keep your website competing always on the search engine index. So that's why it's very important.
To learn about SEO, there is one prominent name that is out there, Neil Patel. He
Yeah.
has his blogs which are available for free, where any beginner can read the blogs, and at least understand the basics of SEO. I would say you will go from a beginner to an intermediate level just by reading his blogs, and which are freely available on his website. So if you want, you can check it out.
Even
Now,
the podcast that he hosts, that's also amazing.
yes,
Like I
yes, that is
sometimes
also
prefer
amazing.
podcasts over vlogs. So the podcast that Neil Patel hosts, that are also amazing. So you can check that out as well if you wanna learn about SEO.
Different people have different preferences.
Yeah.
So that's why it is very important nowadays. We'll be coming on to social media marketing now. So brands are preferring to be available on all the different social medias available, so that if a person likes to scroll through Instagram, he can find the brand.
Correct.
If the person likes to scroll through LinkedIn or Twitter,
Because now people check Insta profile before checking the website of a brand.
yes, they do.
That happens.
Yes. Actually, especially when it comes to designing or brands which are in this stream, in this field of design, or they can have a portfolio on Instagram. Brands prefer checking Instagram. Now, even LinkedIn profiles and all. So I'll be talking about the social media marketing now. Social media platforms, it connects audience, and I guess maximum number of audience is present on social media platforms nowadays. And if a brand uses it properly, then it can get maximum amount of reach, maximum amount of traffic, and even conversions. So the pandemic, it has changed the way we live. I don't think any one of you will disagree that the amount of time you used to spend on social media has increased, or not. If not just you, but the amount of people those who were there on social media, it has increased drastically.
Yeah, correct.
During this pandemic. So I would name a few brands who are using social media optimally, and I don't think there are better examples than those. One is Cred. So Cred is using social media very well. Not just social media, but overall Zomato, as Shivam said. So we cannot forget Zomato. Zomato, I think if you go and check out the Instagram handle of Zomato, it will be a meme page. You will find I
prefer Zomato's Twitter account. It's just crazy.
You can check out that as well, but the truth is more on Instagram, I guess. So they're cold. Okay, yeah. So I'll be talking about cold emails and email marketing also. Their emails are amazing. Their messages are amazing. Their everything is just amazing. It is in a humorous way. So because today's youth, I guess even the audiences, they would be preferring more humorous content over any selling or based normal advertising. So they know this thing and they're using it properly. Netflix also has a very nice strategy for marketing on the social
media marketing. Netflix as well, and recently, basically, this following Cred's lead, I saw Good Day also did the same thing. Like Britannia did the same thing with their with the launch of their new cookies that they launched. Like a surprise flavor or something they did with it, and they actually did the same thing that Cred does to bring famous personalities, but not in an absurd way. In a not like normal way, but in an absurd way. Like in Cred, you see Kumar Sanu singing and selling insurance. So in this particular social media campaign that they ran, we can see Karan Johar in place of Zakir Khan. Like they have switched places. So Zakir Khan is now hosting Coffee with Zakir or something, and Karan Johar is trying out stand-up, and that's what they are doing. In the same way, they switched, I guess, Baba Sehgal and Udit Narayan. They did something. I don't know if you guys know about it or not. How many of you know about this? Have you seen this new campaign? Like it's like very, very, very new. Like it's not even in its completion stage. It's still going on the internet. I saw it yesterday. Let me know if you have seen this. Britannia Good Day. They have launched this ad. So basically they have stepped into the shoes of what Cred did, and that is like crazy what Cred did. And that's why even others are now following in that lead, because that's working. That's something that
That's
works.
working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I said. Why it is in trend, because there are n number of creative ideas that businesses are using or individuals are using to market a product. Just to increase interaction. Sometimes they're not even selling a product; they're just increasing the interaction. So because of all these new things, it's just crazy, and youth is even loving the what to say this
The content they are bringing up, it's like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Now that what they're doing is with their brands and the way that they're reimagining things, it's just amazing to watch. And the way that they
It's
tackle every
fun.
single thing.
It's fun and it's
It's fun. Basically, that has been, humor has been a major part of every single brand's marketing plan, we can say, because of memes relating with latest trends, because that's what is currently being resonated among a major chunk of audience, because again, they know their target audience.
That's what. So like keeping in mind the target audience, brands are doing this. There are several brands who are not using just humorous but other ways of marketing. So they have to keep in mind the kind of target audience they have, and based on that, they'll be marketing their product.
Exactly.
So this thing plays a major role.
Correct.
Not brands, I would say. There's one of my friends. She started a very small business of baking cakes. She used to love cakes, and she started her business. I guess in June 2020, when the lockdown and all happened, and she was free. She learned how to make cakes, and then she started her own business. And she used to just post the pictures of whatever she made. She used to make, and if there are orders, so I have seen her grow. Her growth is from 1 or 2 cakes per week to 6 to 5 cakes daily. And just she has no website, she has nothing but a social media handle, that too just on Instagram. So not all the brands have to have social media presence everywhere, like not on all the social media platforms, but wherever their audiences are. Again, she can just market locally.
Correct.
Because she's selling the brand, she's selling something, and she's not going to send it somewhere else. So she's selling it, she need to market locally. So at that time she has to keep in mind of various other things, that while making her page and all, what all things should be kept in mind. One more example that is there of social media handle. Have you guys heard about Tesla? So
yeah, I guess definitely everyone has heard about Tesla.
But people are marketing, such brands are marketing even on Twitter. So Tesla, it does not spend even a single penny on ad marketing.
Yeah. That's
Nowadays,
true.
it is not spending. Earlier, it used to. Nowadays, Elon Musk, he tweets about something about Tesla, and that's it. Same with Lamborghini, yeah. So these owners, the brand owners, what they're doing is they have their own personal social media handle, LinkedIn handle, Twitter handle, whatever it is, and they just tweet about the brands, their companies, their products, and it goes viral. So it is a very unique way of promoting without spending a single penny, without even paid advertisement on social media. They are getting crazy amount of reach, which I don't think it was possible even through conventional, even during the conventional.
No, it was not. Like earlier, though, it wasn't possible at all. Like these brands, especially like if you talk about these supercar brands and luxury cars and everything, so that is their main USP, unique selling point, that they are something that's premium. So they don't need that kind of advertisement. Plus the way that they're getting it is because of Elon Musk, and that person is a total, not just a genius, but also what do we call that, like marketing tycoon or something, because that person knows how business is done. That's
he
why
knows how to present things
exactly
in front of the audiences. So that's the way. Every tweet that he does has some it is planned in a proper way so that it markets something.
Correct.
Okay, now we'll go on to the next type of marketing that is there. It's ad marketing. So basically PPC, if you guys have heard about it, pay per click advertisements. What happens in this is brands or businesses, they pay the already established social medias or maybe search engines like Google, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. They pay these established companies to market or to put up ads of their products or
Basically, the
services.
sponsored content that
The
you see
sponsored content that
on
you see on
Instagram or
Instagram,
Twitter, yeah,
or
that's paid
yeah, even
marketing.
on LinkedIn, I guess if you guys have an account,
Yeah,
you might have seen a lot of LinkedIn messages coming up in your
correct.
inbox, right? So those are all ads, and this is called ad marketing. This is not PPC. The messages and all is not PPC. PPC is when you see some sponsored content on Instagram. If you click it, then the
Correct.
advertiser is getting some money. So if that happens, the advertiser, okay, the brand, they feel that okay, the person whoever saw the advertisement was interested, and hence they clicked it. So based on that, there is some criterias are there through which the brands, the advertisers, everyone's earning. So this is a new form of marketing. Ads which used to earlier run on television or etc. Now those ads are more prominently run.
Yeah, like there are some
And
websites. I think everyone has dealt with these websites where you click anywhere multiple
there'll
times
be
and
ads.
ad is going to open. Like I hate those websites. Like you are trying to do something, you're trying to read something, and everywhere it's just ad, and multiple download buttons are there with ads. So that's like quite tricky. But again, that's what, like there are multiple methods. Like one is PPC, where that is like for the marketeers. Then one is where you get money for every click. So those are
Yeah.
other affiliate. That's part of affiliate marketing. So we'll be talking about that also. So yeah, let's talk about affiliate marketing.
Okay, so affiliate marketing is basically earning commission via product,
Correct.
promoting someone else's brand or product or service, anything. Okay, so I guess you might have seen the YouTube channels. Before a YouTube video begins, there is some ad. That is a normal ad marketing. That is a normal advertisement. But whenever that particular YouTuber is endorsing some brand or advocating about some other product, maybe
Correct. Like sponsored content. They now
blogger,
have
yeah,
proper
they mention it. They
flags
mention
also. Yeah, correct.
it. Yeah, so that because audiences, they shouldn't be tricked, right? They're trusting the whoever the speaker is. They're trusting them.
Correct.
So because of the trust they have, because of the trust or the brand, the YouTubers or maybe the bloggers they have or Instagram bloggers they have, if they endorse some product, then the followers or the viewers, the subscribers, they tend to believe them and go and check out the product and buying it.
Like major selling point of affiliate marketing is the trust between the user and the seller. That's happening
you
there.
call it a personal brand that these people have, the bloggers, the YouTubers, etc. So you need to have a personal brand to start affiliate marketing. You can begin having a blog. You need to have certain amount of trust that your audience have on you.
Correct.
So that's the main thing that should be there, that is there in affiliate marketing.
Yeah, like you have various ways. Like I remember I used to do affiliate marketing a long back, and that was like a different kind of scenario at that point, because again, not many people used to have internet. I guess it was the year 2015 or 2016 or 2014, I don't remember. But yeah, that was a time where you had different companies. This still happens. Okay, like there's not just one ad provider. Like you might have heard about, Google AdSense or something, or AdMob for putting ads in your app or website so that you earn when people see those ads. So earlier there used to be other major providers who provide you with ads that you need to put or show on your website, and with each click or each submission or anything that they are asking for, you used to get like a great sum of money for every single click. Like at that time the ratio was amazing. Right now you don't get anything. It's like the whole payout system in the clicks and all is very shitty right now. It was amazing back then because not many people used to open their browser or visit the website. So at that time it paid well, but not right now. But again, that was the only thing that was available at that time. Like for sponsored content and all, only huge brands used to give sponsorships and take sponsorships. But now, because of especially internet availability and the way that we are using data every single day, and plus YouTube has been a major source for that, the sponsorship content has now become more accessible and also easier for others also, because now these big brands like YouTube, they are now integrating sponsorship. Like the next major update that might come in YouTube is you can basically take sponsorship or give sponsorship directly through YouTube only. Like that's something that's gonna be, I think, revolutionize the whole sponsorship thing, because right now you have to email different people, or if they want to talk to you, they have to email you or your brand. But on YouTube they can just generally like you have a join section, right? Have you guys seen that join section? To support a YouTuber, you have like membership on YouTube, which gives you access to some premium content or something from the creator. In the same way, you'll also have sponsor section. So that is going to ease like whole sponsorship thing. And affiliate marketing industry is also going to grow over the next coming years, because we are seeing a lot of personal brands come up throughout the pandemic.
The best part is you don't need to have a degree or anything to start with affiliate marketing. You can actually, it's a best way of having passive income source.
Correct.
I would recommend, if you have knowledge about something, or even if you don't have knowledge, you can learn something and build a brand and be social.
Exactly. Jatin has written in the chat,
yeah, just as
that
he said,
focus on how to be social and not how to do social, aka Mr. Musk marketing. Correct.
So yeah, you need to have a brand, and if you do have it, and if you think you have the potential, to influence others, or not influence in a negative way, I would say, but like, you have an influence over others, then you can.
That's why they're called like social media influencers with brands and everything. That what they're doing.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's not like influence in such a way, that's just a word, but again, you have an audience, a loyal fan base, where then you can basically with your content, you are somehow making them happy. So based on that, they're gonna trust you over your words and then help you also gain something. Because again, content creation is not that rewarding unless you have a fan base. So focus on creating a fan base first, and then moving towards some kind of revenue options. And I guess the last
Yeah, so a little thing about affiliate marketing. There are several types. Blogging is just one kind of one channel of affiliate marketing. I guess if you guys have checked out, nowadays a lot of ladies, like I have seen a lot of aunties, they put up WhatsApp statuses about saris and like various clothing items. So it's also a way. They don't have a very great brand, but the people they know, they might purchase from them, and they also can earn some sums of money.
Like that's like micro level affiliate marketing.
So there are several channels of affiliate marketing. Again, very vast topic, but definitely whoever, like the audiences, should check it out, because it's a great source of income. It is a passive source.
Correct. And also I'd like to address one more thing, that affiliate marketing is totally different from multi-level network marketing that you guys might have seen on the internet. That's like that's considered in most cases a fraud, because again, you're letting people join under you and that whole multi-level marketing thing. So affiliate marketing is different from that. That's not network marketing. So you should not get confused with that. Okay. And beware of network marketing people, because they're gonna show you a lot of proofs and everything. So don't just basically agree to whatever they're saying, and don't just believe whatever they're showing you. Okay, let's talk about email marketing now.
Yeah. So without saying much about email marketing, Zomato is more than enough to give an example.
Yeah, example. Yeah, correct.
The way they do it, it's amazing. It's basically using emails to communicate with the audience. Need not just sell the product, but sometimes to tell about the discount, sometimes to interact, or some games. I think you guys might have received, I personally received certain emails from Myntra about spin the wheel and all these things. So these are just ways to interact with the audiences.
That's this email marketing is also something which is kind of not that much in trend, because of the amount of people using email is more. But again, what happens is it gets kind of annoying after a while to see these emails in your work account or something. So again, that also is a very scarce target audience, especially youngsters are not on emails. Like this, I've seen that
the main thing is the target audience.
Correct.
Email is also, some people consider it a social media platform only. Like it also is a type of way to go get in touch with the audiences.
Yeah, it is. But again, like the amount of people, especially if you're marketing in the young audience, then I think email would not be a great way to do it. I don't know. That's what I feel.
There are different ways. Like for example, I'll give you. There is a very, very prominent name when it comes to digital marketing or marketing in general. If you have heard about Seth Godin, sorry, Gordon.
Yeah.
So he's very famous, very famous. What he does is, since I guess 6 to 7 years, he has been writing one newsletter daily, at least 500 words, and he has a habit of sending it to his audiences. Now, I will say not many people use emails. Okay, we can say in India, it's not that much in trend
Exactly,
until
India.
the corporate world or the professional life. Till then, it's not that much like, you don't use emails. But if you talk about me, I prefer reading emails because I used to get a lot of content just through my emails. I
Yeah,
read
correct.
his mails, his newsletters almost daily, and he gives away. I cannot even tell you how much amount of knowledge he just gives through emails, through his
Correct.
newsletter. Another example is Ankur Bariku. He's an Indian man. His emails, he's a famous entrepreneur and a co-founder of nearby.com. So he has a YouTube channel. There also he has fan following. In India, definitely YouTube is more famous than emails if we compare
Yeah,
them.
correct.
So video form of marketing, audio form of marketing is better. But still, if people prefer, there is certain set of audiences who prefer reading emails, who have this of reading emails. So even through emails and all, the marketing is done, and it's not gone. If it is B2B, email marketing is used at a very prominent level.
Correct.
In B2C, it is used in a lower level. For B2B means business to business, and B2C means business to customers.
Business to business is always like through emails and other written channels only, because again, you cannot trust other mediums for that.
Yeah. So email marketing is a bit formal one, which is not very, very prominent when it, the humorous form of marketing and all, which is famous. I think only Zomato is using the humor.
No, others are also using, but again, that's also like they have like proper, because again, you are signing up to their app, so you are giving away information about your age and all. So I see that the emails that I receive from Zomato, Swiggy, Myntra, or whatever brand it is, it's completely different from what my parents receive. So basically, they are on a different email list based on their age. So my mom receives emails based on her interests on the app, her age, and everything from Myntra. Even from Swiggy and all, their emails are pretty straightforward that itna discount hai. That's it. Itna discount hai, nothing else. We receive basically the audience between 16 to the students structure, basically 16 to 30, 32,
25, 30. Yeah.
Where they can understand what's going on, because again, my parents won't understand the recent meme trends or anything that they use.
Yeah.
So like that's how they bifurcate, and that's what they need to do. Even at DocoNation also, we are working on newsletters and everything, so that we can provide some value through our emails every month to our members. So that's what we are focusing on.
Research and analysis are very important role over here in email marketing. So this is the last type. There are several other forms of marketing also that comes within these or apart from these, but the prominent ones I guess I have covered.
Correct.
Now
I think we can talk about like the career opportunities that we have.
Okay, so digital marketing is a growing field. As again and again we are referring to social media. Again, social media marketers, social media managers is a very, very prominent job. If you know how to use social media, then you can become a social media manager or a community manager. Nowadays, there are so many influencers, budding influencers. Sometimes if they have a decent amount of following, they might need a manager for their social media, or they might need a marketer who can give them certain new engagement ideas, or how they can increase their follower count and all. So for that, you can choose this job. Second one, as we were talking about SEO, it is a thing. It will be a thing in future. SEO is never going to end, or never going to saturate also, I would say.
Exactly.
There are so many people out there who use websites to...
And with like pandemic is here, and I don't think so it's going anywhere until 2023 or something. So till that time, small businesses and everything are going to go online, and everyone's going to need a website. So this thing is never going to end.
Yeah. Then one of the prominent one, I have not talked about content marketing, because content marketing is a part of all these marketing types of things, right? Content, basically whatever content they're going to deliver, it can be the script of the video, it can be the content, the copy that they're writing on the social media posts, the kind of reel they are making, everything is content, right?
Exactly.
So It's in high demand. Content writers are in high demand. Content writers as well as copywriters. It's a very
Like if any student asks me like what should I start with in freelancing, if I basically uh, am a beginner in almost all of the skills, I always say content writing. Just go with it. It's easy to learn, it's easy
yes.
to understand, and it's easy to establish yourself as a content writer if you practice for a while and do some simple projects. You do it for free, do it for your friends, just generally do it for a brand. Like even though you're not hired, suppose Zomato is let's just talk about Zomato or Swiggy or any other brand. Just generally write down some good copy for their websites and see how other people react to it. Tag them on
Yeah.
social media. That's how you get the limelight that you need as a content creator. And
Yeah.
then you should go for like paid gigs and all, and that's the easiest way to start freelancing. Like there's a freelancer who only works in the content domain, and like that's the only job source or income source that she has. I am not able to recall the name, but yeah, a lot of people are there out there who are doing the same thing. In India, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but there's a girl named Saheli Chatterjee. She's very active on Instagram, and she's also a freelance content writer, and her whole brand is built upon content. And within the time span of 1 year, her income source went from just 5,000 a month to 30 lakhs half a month. That's only through
Oh God.
content. So
Yeah.
that's how much you can grow in content, and that's over the span of 1.5 years. So basically 1.5 year, half year of learning, 1 year of working, and that's how much she has gained over 1.5 years. So you can take inspiration from all of these people out there, and you can also start doing content creation and content marketing if you are into freelancing and all. But again, nothing beats technical skills if you have them. So again, with content you have to work a lot, but if you have technical skills, suppose I'm talking about freelancers, because again you need a lot of marketing tactics and a lot of stuff to properly promote yourselves. So if you know about web development, then easily per project you can get anywhere from 70,000 to 1 lakh in one project itself. And if you bag a great project, a big project, then that's over 5 lakhs and all. So yeah, the technical skills, again you'll have to study a lot, but again the gains are also more. So you'll have to work hard basically, and also smart in promoting yourselves.
Yeah, so even promoting yourself, again, you need to have some marketing tactics. You need to
Exactly.
know some marketing tactics. So digital marketing is not only for brands or for influencers or something, it's also for building your personal brand or your presence on social media, not just social media, but in general. Okay. So if you guys know about it, nowadays the people, those who come for hiring, even no matter what domain you're entering, they do check what your digital footprint is.
Yeah.
Like if you Google yourself about your, like if you Google your name, what comes on the top? So it also matters because people want to have, companies want to have such kind of employees who have an influence over, like who have a, maybe some fan base. I would, okay, fan base is a wrong word right now, but yeah, they have a prominent presence digitally as well, because
Yeah,
everything
like,
is.
and again the thing now where you write your name on Google and you're not able to find yourself, that because your digital footprint is too small for Google to
Yeah.
actually find it, even if you have a generic name which might be very common to others. So you'll have to be more and more active online to actually do SEO for yourself.
Okay, so for generic names, that's a bit what I would say. It's unlucky. If you
Huh.
have a generic name, you need to work more.
Yeah.
But if you have a unique name, but you cannot do anything. You cannot go out and change your name, right? So just work on your.
You'll have to basically work on your online presence and
Yeah.
be interactive more and more on other platforms, especially social media. Or else, if you have a website for yourself, personal brand, and a portfolio or something, that's where you're gonna work more and more towards, to rank it properly when your name is typed on Google. So these are things that you can do, and I think we can wrap up the whole session now about digital
Yeah.
marketing. And I hope you guys liked it. If you guys did, you can take a screenshot of the session right now and you can post about it on your social profiles. Basically, again, marketing, digital marketing. So yeah, just go ahead. If you like the session and you want to support our organization, the community that we have, then do check us out on Instagram and tag us if you share it on your stories.